think the important element, the really important element of all this, is not what happens or what I do, but I think it's how I handle what happens and what I do. Because you see, the thing is, I've been approaching it all wrong. I've been trying to fight it. Because that's what I've done all the way through my life. I've fought things. You know? I've always been a fighter. I've always fought things. I've always fought everything that goes on. I've always sort of, you know, sword into the wind sort of thing, you know. I will lead the charge, my sword into the wind. But that's not the way it should be anymore. I'm going to observe. See, it doesn't matter what happens to the body. It doesn't matter what happens to the body at all. What matters is what happens to the mind. And I'm letting things control me. I'm actually letting things control me and take control of me. And that's not good. That's not good at all. I need to take that control back myself. You know? So, you see, it's the fight that causes the suffering. Let me give you an example. The other day, when I needed to cut myself, I was fighting it. And the only thing that was on my mind was that I needed to cut myself. And I wasn't. I was stopping myself doing something that I needed to do. Now, if I just cut myself, I would have been okay. I wouldn't have suffered. I wouldn't have suffered at all. When you free your mind away from your emotions and your mental states, when you take yourself back away from that, when you detach yourself away from that and just let it go with the flow, everything's okay. You know, you need to do this, you do it. You want to do that, you do it. You know? And that's the only way I can think of handling this. Construct your day every day. This must be done in advance. Regular exercise every day. Them things are not going to help me. Them things are not going to help me at all. I mean, they may release endorphins into my brain, you know, which make me feel good about myself for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, you know, increase my dopamine levels, things like that. But I've been there before, you know, and you're just swapping one addiction for another. You're literally just swapping one addiction for another. And that's no good. That's no good at all. It doesn't do you any good. In fact, it does you nothing but harm. The best thing you can do is become detached away from it. You know? Does this mean I'm going to cut myself in the future? I don't know. Does this mean I'm going to go dancing on a Friday night down Newcastle? I don't know. That's the whole thing. You just let the mind do what the mind wants to do and watch it. Take yourself away from it. You know? You have to accept the consequences of your actions. You know? You can't cry about it afterwards. You know? Oh dearie me, I'm back in jail. Or oh dearie me, I'm back in a psychiatric ward. Because these things happen. You just have to accept them as well. You have to accept everything the way it is. And this is just the way it is for me. I've asked for help. They won't give it me. I'm not going to cause myself to suffer anymore. I'm really not going to cause myself to suffer anymore. I don't see why I should. It doesn't make any sense to me. Causing myself to suffer. Fighting and fighting and fighting all the time. You know? Fighting to get up when I'm depressed. Fighting to come down when I'm high. Fighting to stay on a level when I'm at that very stable point. Always fighting, fighting, fighting. And I don't need to, because I'm fighting my own mind. You know? All I've got to do is detach myself away from my mind. And then it's like watching a TV show. You know? Everything that happens is interesting. It's just as it is. It's just the way things are. There's no pain to it. There's no shame to it. There's no aggravation to it. The downs don't take you down and the ups don't take you up. You just watch it as though you're watching somebody else. See, that's the great thing about me. I can do this. I don't know why I didn't think about it before. It's because I'm trying to sort myself out, become a normal member of society. But that's just it. I'm not a normal member of society. And I don't think I ever will be. And I'm certainly not going to get any help to be. I'm going to get told to do press-ups in the morning. I'm going to get told to structure my day in advance. I'm going to get told to go to a group that won't do me any good because I won't talk in a group environment. These are all things. I'm going to be given phone numbers for people that I won't call. These are all things they know I won't do. You know? They're all things that they know I won't do. But still they insist. So I'm going to deal with this my way now. Hang on a minute. I'll be back to do part 3.